Right now, in this exact moment, your subconscious mind is holding on to something. A truth so raw, so defining, that your conscious mind has been quietly avoiding it for months, maybe even years. Isn't that strange? We spend our entire lives absorbing information from the outside world, news, opinions, social media, other people's expectations, yet we panic at the thought of turning that attention inward. We wear masks, we play roles, we convince ourselves we have it all figured out. But beneath all that performance, something real is waiting to be discovered. Today, that changes. And we're not doing this through boring psychology lectures or abstract theories. We're going deeper. We're speaking the language your subconscious understands best, the language of symbols. Before we go any further, I need to ask you something. When you make important decisions in your life, what guides you more? Pure logic and rational thinking, or that quiet inner voice we call intuition? Drop a 1 in the comments if logic is your guide. Type 2 if intuition leads the way. I'm genuinely curious where you stand. Now, take a deep breath. What you're about to experience isn't just another personality quiz. This is a psychological mirror, one specifically designed to reveal what's happening in your inner world right at this very moment. This is your opportunity not to impress anyone else, but to finally meet yourself beneath all the noise, beneath all the roles, beneath everything you've been pretending to be. One more thing before we begin. Creating content like this, content that actually helps you understand yourself, takes enormous time, research, and heart. If you find value in this journey, the best way to support it is simple. Hit that like button and subscribe. It truly means everything. Now, close your eyes for just 3 seconds. Picture yourself in a quiet, dimly lit room. There's an old wooden table in front of you, and on that table, 5 objects rest in complete silence. Don't think, don't analyze. If your eyes were immediately pulled toward the heavy stack of old, time-worn books, then listen very closely, because what your subconscious just revealed is profound. Right now, your inner world isn't chasing new experiences. It's not hungry for more information or more achievements. Instead, it's doing something far more important. It's organizing. It's reflecting. It's trying to make sense of everything you've already lived. You've reached that rare psychological point where the quantity of years transforms into the quality of wisdom. Your past is no longer just a collection of random memories. It's becoming a narrative, a story with chapters, themes, patterns, and lessons. Every mistake you've made, it's starting to reveal its hidden teaching. Every victory, it's showing you the strength you didn't know you had. Every heartbreak, it's explaining something essential about who you are and what you truly need. This is the mindset of someone who sees their life not as scattered fragments, but as a book that finally makes sense. You're rereading your own story, not to relive it, but to extract its wisdom, to find the keys hidden in your patterns, keys that explain how you got here and where you must go next. And here's what's really happening beneath the surface. You may feel a growing desire to share what you've learned, to guide others, to teach, to be the wise presence people turn to when they're lost. But you understand something crucial. You can only pass on wisdom you fully integrated yourself. This is powerful inner work. This is emotional maturity.
Now, if you felt an almost magnetic pull toward the golden hourglass, your subconscious is sending you a message that's impossible to ignore, and that message is urgent. Time. Not the concept of time, not the philosophical idea of it, but the physical, visceral sensation of it slipping through your fingers like warm grains of sand. You don't just understand that time is passing, you feel it. Every heartbeat carries weight. Every day reminds you of something left undone. Every hour lost scrolling or distracted feels like a small theft from your one precious life. Each grain of sand becomes a symbol, a missed opportunity, an unspoken confession, a dream you postponed, a journey you never took, a version of yourself you never allowed to exist. What used to be a distant whisper has become thunder in your chest, a call to action, a demand for authenticity, a rebellion against wasted days. But here's what's important to understand. This isn't panic. This is awakening. A raw, existential clarity that reveals what truly matters and what's been stealing your lifetime. Choosing the hourglass means your soul is done tolerating routines that drain you, done with relationships that exhaust you, done with distractions that devour hours you can never reclaim. You no longer want to simply exist. You want to live fully, intensely, honestly. This is the mindset of someone declaring war on procrastination, someone hungry for meaningful days, for conversations that matter, for creativity that leaves a mark, for experiences that shape the soul. You refuse to carry what so many carry without real.
If your gaze settled on the simple cup, filled to the brim with crystal clear water, then your subconscious is speaking with a calm but unmistakable voice. It's saying one thing: I want peace, real peace. Not distraction, not entertainment, not adventure or success or intensity, but something far rarer and far more precious, a return to emotional clarity. Choosing the cup means your soul is craving purity, honesty, and inner stillness. Water never lies. It reflects the sky exactly as it is. And right now, you long for that same transparency within yourself and around you. Perhaps you've recently moved through emotional storms, confusion, manipulation, chaos created by others, or chaos born inside your own mind. Maybe you've swum through muddy waters where motives weren't clear, where words meant one thing and actions meant another, where you felt pulled in too many directions at once. And now, you've reached that quiet inner lake where the surface finally stops shaking. You were tired of noise, tired of pretending, tired of masks, yours and everyone else's. You want to wash away everything artificial and return to the version of yourself that feels clean, soft, and truthful. This choice reveals a soul seeking emotional detox, a reset, a cleansing, a desire to be still enough to hear your own voice again. You don't need drama. You don't need conflict. You don't need to win battles. Your superpower now lies in serenity, in the ability to simply be without striving to appear. You're ready to experience connection without losing yourself, to give without expecting, to receive without fear. Your choice tells me you now seek the kind of connection that purifies rather than disrupts, gentle exchanges that heal instead of exhaust. But every light casts a shadow. The danger here. Now, if out of all 5 objects, your eyes locked onto the small, warm flame of the lone candle, this message is specifically meant for you, because your subconscious just revealed a turning point in your inner life. The candle is not a symbol of the external world. It's a symbol of the inner world, your inner light, your inner calling, your inner truth. Choosing it means something profound. You've begun shifting your focus away from outer achievements and toward inner meaning. You've started asking the deeper questions, questions that no success, status, or material comfort can truly answer. Who am I? What is my purpose? Why does the heart feel empty even when life looks full on paper?
This choice reveals a soul searching for something that doesn't burn out when the world goes dark. A soul that wants a flame that belongs to you, not borrowed, not inherited, not performed for others. Some who choose the candle are in the middle of a spiritual awakening, a newfound curiosity about the unseen, a hunger for connection with something larger than the everyday routine. Others choose it because they've already found their inner flame and they're protecting it like treasure. And this reveals something essential about you. You are ready, perhaps more than you realize, to give a part of yourself to something greater, to sacrifice comfort for purpose, to trade ease for meaning, to walk toward the soulful life rather than the convenient one. This inner fire may take many forms: a calling, a mission, a new vision for your life. Its name doesn't matter. Its truth does. Choosing the candle also means you're no longer satisfied with living on the surface. You want depth. You want authenticity. You want to feel guided by something real, not by expectations or social roles. You want to be someone whose presence warms others, not someone who shines only when everything's easy. But the candle's light comes with shadows of its own. The danger is self-sacrifice without boundaries, giving so much that your flame starts to shrink, helping others so intensely that you forget to tend the fire within yourself. A candle should illuminate, not consume. Remember, a flame must be tended, not burned out. Yet this choice reveals rare courage, the courage to face your inner darkness without fear and to create your own light in places where none existed before. This makes you not just a seeker, but a guide, a quiet beacon, a lighthouse for yourself and others. And that brings us to the final symbol, the one that stands completely apart from the rest, the one chosen by souls who feel, sometimes quietly, sometimes fiercely, that their greatest chapter has not yet begun. If your choice was the antique, ornate key resting on velvet, then accept my sincere congratulations, because your subconscious has just revealed a truth that many people spend their whole lives running from. You believe in the future. You believe in possibility, and you believe deep down that the best chapter of your life hasn't happened yet. The key is never a promise of treasure. It's a promise of discovery. It's a door you haven't opened, a potential you haven't awakened, a version of yourself you haven't met yet. Choosing the key means something powerful is happening inside you right now. A part of you, despite the scars, the disappointments, the years, refuses to become cynical, refuses to settle, refuses to believe that this is it. You feel a restless spark, an unclaimed destiny, a door glowing somewhere in your life, calling your name. For some, this inner pull points toward dramatic change, a new career path, a bold relocation, a talent that's been sleeping for decades, a relationship that shifts everything. For others, it hints at spiritual rebirth, a breaking of old patterns, a new chapter of purpose, or a transformation of identity itself. What matters is this: you are not done becoming. You want more, not in a greedy way, but in a soulful way. You want to evolve, to expand, to surprise yourself. You want to step into the part of your story that changes everything. Choosing the key means you intuitively understand that life is not a closed book. It's a labyrinth of doors, and somewhere ahead, one of them leads to the person you could yet become. But with such bold energy comes a shadow. The danger is falling into the endless search, always preparing but never acting, always dreaming but never committing, collecting possibilities instead of choosing one.
A key that never touches a lock isn't a tool, it's a souvenir of hesitation. Remember this, the right door doesn't open itself. It opens when you decide to turn the key. Yet your choice reveals rare and beautiful courage. The courage to believe in a future you haven't seen, to trust a part of yourself you haven't met, to step toward the unknown with curiosity instead of fear. By choosing the key, you are declaring, whether you realized it or not, that you are still choosing who you will become, and that is the beginning of powerful transformation.
And now your journey through these 5 symbols has come full circle. 5 objects, 5 inner landscapes, 5 directions your soul may be quietly pointing toward at this very moment. But let's make something absolutely clear. This test is not a judgment. It's not a diagnosis. It's a snapshot, a mirror held up to your current inner state. Think back to the instant you made your choice. Not after reasoning, not after thinking, but that first tiny spark, that first pull, that moment where your intuition whispered, "This one." What did you feel? Recognition? Curiosity? A strange sense of relief? Or maybe even resistance? Because sometimes the truth about ourselves is uncomfortable to look at. Whatever you felt in that first second, that was your subconscious speaking. Now the most important question: which object did you choose? And how accurate was its meaning for where you are in your life right now? I genuinely want to know. Share your choice in the comments. Tell us the feeling it gave you. Tell us whether the description resonated or challenged you. Your insight isn't just valuable, it's the lifeblood of this community. Because through your answers, we can see the patterns, the collective journeys, the inner themes so many people share but rarely talk about. And if this experience spoke to you, if you felt even a moment of clarity, recognition, or awakening, make sure you're subscribed. There are many more journeys waiting for you. Deeper explorations, symbolic paths that go even further inside. Thank you, truly, for spending this time with yourself and with us. Your presence here means more than you know. Until we meet again, take care of your inner world. It is the quiet compass that always knows the way.